missing someone.
Hey guys, what's up? It's Nicole June and welcome back to my channel, or if you're new here, welcome. I just want to first say if I look super exhausted, I've had like the worst sleeps lately, so my under eyes are just like, I look so tired, so ignore that. So today I want to film a video that is very different than anything I've ever filmed. I feel like a booktuber, I think that's what they're called. But because of quarantine, I have got really into reading. I have been reading like a maniac. Like, I've read so many books over the span of a few months. So I wanted to show you guys what I've read this month so far. I mean, January isn't even fully over, so I'll probably end up having another book, but I'll show you guys what I've read as of lately. So I use my Kindle Oasis to read. I'm in love with this so much. I had tried the Paperwhite because my mom had it. I ended up buying the Oasis and it's like dusty. I really think that it is worth the money. I am in love with it, so I'm going to just kind of tell you guys what each book is about and then also my thoughts on it. There will be no spoilers in here, and if I think I might spoil something, I'll give you a little warning just so you know. So here's my Kindle. I have Sharp Objects. I'm just starting. I haven't even started it yet. So I guess I'll start by what's on the furthest page. Okay, so first I'll like insert photos so you guys can see what the books look like, just because it's hard to see with my Kindle. It's not the same effect as like holding up a book, but you'll see photos. So the first book that I read was Behind Closed Doors, which was by, I don't know what the first initial is because it's blocked off by a check mark, something A. Paris. And this book is pretty much about a couple who gets married, and to everybody else they seem like the most perfect couple, and then behind closed doors, which is the title of the book, it's not as perfect as it seems. It's actually like a very controlling husband, and yeah, pretty much her sister's gonna go move in with her at some point, and the husband has different plans about that, and pretty much it's just a very abusive and toxic relationship. This book was really good. I liked it. However, I found that it was very predictable, like the ending was. So if I were to rate it out of like 1 to 5 stars, I'd rate it like 3 stars. It was good. I'd recommend it, but it wasn't like up there. It was not my favorite book, but it was really good. And then the next book that I read was It Ends With Us by Colleen Hoover. You'll notice throughout this video that my favorite author right now is Colleen Hoover. I've read a lot of her books, but It Ends With Us in particular, I think is my favorite Colleen Hoover book that I've read. It was so incredible. A little trigger warning, it does involve domestic violence. So this book is pretty much about a girl that meets a guy, and like everything, it seems fine off the start. He seems like such a great guy, but then after like a few incidences of her hurting him, it kind of like progresses worse. So I think this book gives such an excellent depiction of domestic violence, and I think that this is very eye-opening for people who might have like the thoughts of like, why don't those people get out of the relationship? This book just like really shows the mindset of somebody who's in one of those relationships. So this book made me cry so much, but it was so incredible. Like, if I were to recommend one book from this video, I think it would be It Ends With Us, because it just like tore my heart out and like shredded it. It was so good. Just a lot of tears, so prepare yourself. So the next book is Before We Were Strangers by Renee Carlino, I think is the name. So Before We Were Strangers is pretty much about a college couple who their relationship kind of ends up fizzling out. They go on, do their own thing, and then they think they see each other at the train station. So one of them posts a Craigslist ad, which is like, I don't even know what the word is. It's pretty much like if you've seen someone, you can like put it there and hope that they see it. So one of the people do that. They end up meeting up, and yeah, there's like a big plot twist at the end of it. It's a really cute romance book. I loved this one. This is also one of my favorite ones that I've read. It made me like laugh, it made me cry, like you just fall in love with the characters. I really loved this book. I really recommend that. That one's like 5 out of 5. Also, It Ends With Us, 5 out of 5. So the next one I read was Heartbones, which, surprise surprise, Colleen Hoover. This one is about a girl who pretty much has to raise herself. She has a mother who's an addict who passes away. That's not giving anything away. It happens at the very beginning of the book. You'll know. So she passes away. She ends up moving in with her dad, who she doesn't really have a relationship with. So you see her navigating that household. And then also while she's there, she meets a guy, and he seems to have as many secrets as she has, if not more. So pretty much throughout the book, you're just wondering, are his secrets too much? Is it going to end up breaking them up? Kind of sounds cheesy. It is, but it was a really, really good book. This one was also, I'd say 5 stars. I really loved it. Like, this was another book where you just fall in love with the characters. It's such a great romance book. I really liked it. The next book is No Exit by Taylor Adams. This is a thriller book, and this one is about a girl whose mother is dying of terminal cancer, and she's on her way to go see her before she passes away. But on her way, pretty much there's this huge snowstorm. She gets stuck at a rest stop, and while she's at that rest stop, she realizes that there is a young girl trapped in a cage in the back of a van. So the book pretty much follows the story of trying to help this girl escape, and then also trying to figure out whose van it is, because there's only a few people that are at that rest stop. So yeah, this one is really intense. I like read through this really quick. I read this in like 2 sittings. I really liked it. I'd say it was like a 4 out of 5. Not my favorite book ever, but I did really enjoy it, and it keeps you flipping the pages a lot. So the next one that I read is Layla, which is by, again, Colleen Hoover. So this one is probably one of like the weirder books I've ever read, but I kind of loved it. I had heard like negative things about it, so I wasn't really expecting to like it, but I have a free Kindle Unlimited subscription right now, just since I just got my Kindle. So I was like, you know what, let's just read it. If I don't like it, I don't have to finish it. I didn't pay for it. I ended up reading this also in 2 sittings, and it was really bizarre but really good. It's pretty much like a paranormal love story. I don't even know how to explain what it's about without giving it away, but pretty much it's about a couple that falls in love at first sight. They move very quickly, and the guy has a crazy ex who ends up injuring them, and then after the injury, Layla doesn't really seem to be herself, so they end up going away to where they had first met. And then when they're there, there is something weird about the house. Obviously it's a paranormal book, so there's a ghost. And it sounds so stupid. When I was reading it, I was like, what the hell am I reading? But I just kept reading it. I was like, I low-key love this. I really liked it. I'd rate it like a 3.5 out of 5 because it was like a little too weird for me, but I also liked it. Yeah. So the last book that I have is Regretting You, which is also by Colleen Hoover. I just finished this book yesterday. This is the one where I don't know if I'm going to spoil anything, so just a little warning. This book is about, how do I explain it? It's about this girl who has a kid very, very young, and she's really close with her sister. She's married, she has her sister, and pretty much her husband and her sister pass away. And this book pretty much shows a lot of like coping with grief. So it shows the girl coping with the grief and with her daughter, and the daughter's also coping, and it switches from the perspective of the daughter and the mom. And the mom finds out, this is the part where I think I might spoil it, but the mother finds out that pretty much her husband and her sister were having an affair. So it's pretty navigating if she's going to tell the daughter, and then the daughter has her own thoughts that she caused the accident that had happened and stuff. So it's full of a lot of secrets and keeping things from each other, and it's a love story also. It's really good. I liked it a lot. It was not my favorite. That's probably my least favorite Colleen Hoover book I've read so far. Like that one, I wasn't flipping through a lot. That took me a few more days to read than normal. I liked it, but it wasn't my favorite ever. I'd rate that one probably also like 3.5 stars. I wouldn't say it's quite a 4 because I didn't love it. It was good though. I liked it. Yeah, that is all that I have read as of lately. That's all of that except for one book I think I read in the month of January, and it is January 23rd. That's a little crazy. Yeah, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know if you guys liked this, if you want to see another video like this. I honestly am just loving reading, so this is really fun to film and be able to just rave about the books I really like. Yeah, I hope that you guys enjoyed, and I will see you in my next video. Bye guys.